I will say though, like in terms of gameplay and stuff, it does lack some real air combos besides like the smashes and shit like that. It's, some of the more annoying bosses in the air can get really annoying to fight, especially like some of like the fodder, NPCs that are annoying to fucking smack in the air, especially when they fucking teleport around and shit. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I'm dumb. I did play it like very unga boonga, just stayed with one stance and just beat the fuck out of the game. I didn't unlock everything because duh, like no, I'm not gonna stay in one place and grind until I'm like level 300 and something, right? But I did beat the game and I had fun doing it in my own way, which is fucking great. I like it a lot. I'm very happy with this game and with its success. And, I'm happy I beat the game in my own, dumbass way, right? Which is good. I do feel like the game's graphics are great when it wants to be, mainly for consoles, since there are some graphical fuck ups here and there, right? Crazy pop-in issues sometimes. But overall, nothing game breaking from what I've witnessed. Like, I haven't blue screened or nothing. I haven't been, my shit wasn't bricked, so whatever, right? Good on that part. I did hear some shouts of the repetitive nature of the gameplay and shit, but that's not, I did feel that the 5th chapter has some reused enemy types and designs. Plus, it's a bit short, but the repetitive stuff does get countered by the story and the bossage, which personally, for me, I think it's fine. Personally, I do feel like the skill trees for all of your abilities and such is built pretty great, because towards the end, you will at least have a build tailored to you. And, you have enough points. I hope to God you guys have enough points to at least build your build your build in a way, or should I say, tailor your build in a way you can have fun. Or like if a boss is too hard and your build is not really good for this specific boss, fuck it, go ahead and change it up and do your thing at the nearest shrine, because it's very easy to switch it up. Upgrading gear and making new gear is pretty good, pretty standard stuff. However, I feel like it's pretty noticeable that you can't upgrade everything the first run, so I saved my resources for upgrading until towards the end, when I got my ass beat by the remnant of Sun Wukong. I can't fucking speak, right? And I made some pretty good gear. I went ahead and upgraded, some good stuff to mythical, I'm pretty sure, right? Let's see. I did find it really fun to add soaks to your healing juice to add different effects to your gourd when you're drinking your juice. The curios that add minor effects to the spirits that can also add an attack to add an attack or something to your repertoire of stuff, and sort of like add a specific effect, like extra defense damage, or extra like thunder damage or some shit like that, right? The transformations, pretty baller. They may be limited, but you can go ahead and upgrade the ability of transforming and get a longer duration, more damage, stuff like that, right? It's pretty fucking good, and I really enjoyed every aspect of it. Switching everything around. It's really fun to personalize your build. Leveling up though can be kind of annoying, but as long as you're like progressing through the game and doing your thing, I think for the most part most people will be fine, right? You don't need to stress out about going ahead and finding XP farms, but as long as you focus on as long as you pay attention to like the XP numbers and know what enemies give out the most XP, I would strongly suggest going ahead and keeping a mental note of where these enemies are, and in case you are getting stuck in a certain boss, go back over there, farm for like an hour or two to get some levels or whatever, get some extra health, explore other maps to get different curios or fight different bosses or whatever you need to go ahead and beat the boss that's beating your ass. Something I didn't really like suspect. I thought a lot of people were just interested in Chinese mythology. I just didn't think like they had the right to, for some reason, not to really do much with Chinese mythology, or they weren't really interested or knew much about it, even though a lot of people fucking love Son Goku, and Son Goku is inspired by Sun Wukong. But I feel like now with this with this game, it is now an entryway of interest for Chinese mythology, and I'm really happy about it. I'm really happy that people are noticing it more. Um, I'm really interested in Chinese mythology, Japanese mythology, Greek mythology. A lot of that shit has to do with my book that I'm writing, but it is really fun to see a bunch of discussions of people having about Sun Wukong, even throwing Kratos in the mix, even mentioning like the DC version of Sun Wukong that went against Darkseid. Doesn't really count since it's DC's like I almost said DC Sun Goku. That would have been crazy. I mean, technically, but this is DC's Sun Wukong. You know, I don't really think that's really fair. Like Darkseid beat DC Sun Wukong, whoopee, whatever floats your boat, right? However, honestly, I didn't really expect mythology, like Chinese mythology, to be blown up in this way. I thought a lot of people vaguely knew about it. They just didn't know what to do with it, right? Besides, you know, the Chinese themselves, which, as we see now, they did a fucking superb job, you know, representing their culture and, you know, their mythology and everything. They did a fucking baller job with this. And it's a team of like 30 something people. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking wild, man. And I just got to go ahead and give it to them. They're fucking great. So with that being said, I'm open to more games, right, of the Black Myth series, focusing on other deities. Maybe, I don't know, Neza. I actually do like Neza a lot. I like his story and everything too. There are plenty of other deities as well to explore, you know, the whole, you know, landscape that is Chinese mythology. And I think if it's this dev team, and I hope to God they don't get lost in the sauce because of the success of this game, that they do everything, you know, correctly and right, and, you know, respect their own source material, and don't you know, listen to these Western idiots, please. Don't do that. I genuinely believe they'll be fine, but I don't want them to be complacent and, you know, do the same thing all over again. I just want them to do a great job, and so far they've been doing that, but I want them to keep doing it. And, you know, I'm a fan, right? I'm now a big fan of this dev studio that made Black Myth Wukong. I'm a fan of the franchise. If it gets to that point to where they start making more games of Black Myth, right? So that would be incredible. Hell, I'd love an original fucking story, or not original fucking story, an original game focused on the journey to the West, which would be incredible. A cool, like, you know, prequel to Black Myth Wukong. That would be awesome. That would be incredible. And, you know, seeing the parallels between this game and the hypothetical Journey to the West game, imagine like the beginning of that game is just us making our way up to heaven, you know, in the initial fight with the Bull King to fight everybody. I think that would be fucking amazing, honestly. But I'm getting off topic. You get my point that the Black Myth series has the potential to really dive into the lore of Chinese myth and tell amazing stories from it. And, you know, Chinese mythology is, you know, it's fucking badass. I fucking love like reading about it here and there. They have plenty of amazing stories that also work as lessons as well, which is, you know, really fucking cool. I really hope that that this whole thing inspires other smaller dev studios, or, you know, other studios just in general, to start focusing on telling like stories based on mythology, and, you know, start making real, like, sort of really accurate sort of stuff. I wouldn't say God of War it like falls into this category, because they did, you know, play around with some things, but it's God of War, right? It's not fucking real, right? It's not like, there's no guy named Kratos in, like, in Greek mythology, for real. Like, I mean, like, well, there's probably motherfuckers that feel like Kratos in Greek mythology, but whatever, right? Anyways, off track again. This game for me is a 9.5 out of 10. I would say 10 out of 10. I really would. But some of the issues I have with it kind of annoyed the shit out of me. Graphical errors, and, you know, some of the gameplay, you know, when it comes to certain bosses, doesn't really work too well. But, you know, again, this game is wonderful, beautiful, an enjoyable journey of a game. And I'd love to play more of it, more sequels of it. And I recommend this game to anybody that's interested in mythology, great combat, and just dope-ass storytelling. Again, I would say 10 out of 10, but there's some issues when it comes to the combat, and, you know, some of the visual glitches, you know, the pop-ins, man, it slightly, very slightly, lowers my score. And yeah, it's not the best when you do an attack and it just full on misses because it's not wired to do that with this certain boss for some reason. It's just like the yeah. It's a 9.5. Wonderful, beautiful, amazing game. At the awards, who the fuck knows? But I definitely do feel like this game will be game of the year, and it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. I just love like story games, and I really just hope that this just sparks something in all these companies and all these dev studios to make games where like it just it's an experience. I can't fucking speak. Where games are, instead of just a casual story, it's an experience. Look at Red Dead Redemption, like the whole series, GTA San Andreas, God of War, like the entire thing, Ghost of Tsushima, Black Ops 1, The Last of Us, just wonderful single player stories all around. And I just wish, I hope that this sparks like something in a lot of these dev studios to make something as impactful and just as amazing and beautiful as this game's story. So with that being said, what do you guys think of Black Myth Wukong? Where are you at in the game? I asked a buddy of mine, where is he at in Black Myth. He's still in chapter 3. He started before I did, so yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I blew through the game because I was just playing this shit all day. I don't know if I'm just cracked at the game or whatever, but it's not a hard game. I don't think so. It's just, some aspects I just get my ass beat sometimes, and then I go to sleep, and then I beat the boss within 4 tries, which, helped a lot. So tell me your thoughts below, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, thank you so much, and subscribe, follow for more, and yeah, be safe, be healthy, mentally, emotionally, and physically. See you guys later. Thank you so much.